On the evening of May 17, 2025, a routine naval departure turned into tragedy. The Mexican Navy's training ship Cuauhtémoc collided with the historic Brooklyn Bridge. 3 towering masts snapped. 2 lives were lost. 19 more were injured. This shocking event, caught on camera, has left New York and the world searching for answers. And it comes just months after the Dali container ship disaster in Baltimore. Have we learned nothing? What really happened in the crash? It was just past 8:30 p.m. The Cuauhtémoc, a 297-foot Mexican naval vessel with 277 people on board, left a Manhattan pier. Minutes later, it lost power. The ship began drifting in reverse, straight toward the Brooklyn Bridge. The masts, reaching nearly 150 feet high, were too tall to pass beneath the bridge's span. In a violent impact, 3 masts snapped like twigs. Onlookers watched in horror as cadets clung to the rigging. 2 people were killed. 19 were injured, 2 critically. The ship drifted to the river's edge as emergency responders rushed in. But what was this ship doing in New York? Let's know a bit more about Cuauhtémoc. The Cuauhtémoc isn't just a ship. It's a national symbol, a floating naval academy. Built in Spain in 1982, it trains cadets by taking them around the world. This year's mission? 22 ports, 15 countries, 254 days at sea and shore. From Mexico to Iceland, Cuba to France, the journey was meant to end in unity and diplomacy. But in New York, it ended in disaster. So, what went wrong with Cuauhtémoc? Officials say the ship suffered a mechanical failure and lost propulsion. With no tugboat escort and no backup plan, the Cuauhtémoc drifted blindly into danger. It had no chance of clearing the Brooklyn Bridge. The Mexican flag waved proudly on deck, even as cadets dangled from collapsing masts. The bridge suffered minor damage, but the cost in human lives was far more severe. Have we learnt anything from the past? This isn't the first time a ship lost power near a major U.S. bridge. On March 26, 2024, the Dali, a container ship, crashed into a support pillar of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. That bridge collapsed entirely into the Patapsco River. 6 construction workers were killed. The world watched in shock. Maritime authorities promised changes. But now, just weeks later, another power failure, another ship, and more lives lost. Are these accidents or failures to learn? It could have been a lot worse, as the Brooklyn Bridge is one of the busiest crossings in America. Over 100,000 vehicles and 30,000 pedestrians use it daily. At the time of the crash, the bridge was filled with cars and tourists. If falling debris had struck traffic or the walkway, the death toll could have been much higher. We were lucky, this time. So what happens next? A full investigation is now underway. The National Transportation Safety Board is taking the lead. The Mexican Navy has pledged full cooperation. They've promised transparency and a full review of safety practices. But major questions remain. Why wasn't a tugboat guiding the vessel? Were emergency protocols ignored? Was this preventable? The world is watching. The Cuauhtémoc was built to inspire, to educate, and to unite. But on May 17th, it became a warning that our global maritime systems aren't as safe as we think, that infrastructure must evolve, that protocols must be enforced, and that the cost of inaction is paid in lives. May those lost in this tragic accident be remembered, not just in grief, but in change.